Hey everyone, how you guys going? Welcome back to my channel. Now I know I'm doing this kind of a long video after a really long time, but I've just been in between countries and a lot has been happening in life right now, so that's the reason why I haven't been able to sit down and film a nice big long video for you guys. However, today we're gonna do exactly the same. Now, of course, a quick life update here is that I've been in between countries trying to build my life as well as trying to build a stronger and a bigger business as well, right? And of course, good news there is that I have recently launched my website, which is www.neatfit.com, which makes it super easy and convenient for you guys to now join my programs, right? You don't have to fill the forms and wait for my response and all those kind of things. You can just click on the link that is there in the description box below, which is the link of my website. Just go there, check out, read about the programs. If you're wanting to join, then you can just pay there and you can join the program there. Also, there is a tools section where I've listed out all the things that you need in this kind of a process, whether you join the program or not. Like, those are the things that are you must have in this process to support a good gain and those kind of things, right? So definitely check out the website because there is a lot of information there for you. Now, in the process of flying back and forth, I have lost a little bit of weight, and of course, if you follow me on Instagram, you would know that I have also recently started or restarted my weight gain journey. Now, I was going to take it intentionally slow anyways, because of course that is the best approach. However, things have not been very kind, and such is life. Of course, there are a lot of challenges. I went through a dental procedure really soon. I've been sick since last few days. Ended up hurting my thumb. One of my toes is hurt as well, so I haven't been able to go to the gym and those kind of things. So there are a lot of challenges that are happening right now. Anyways, there are load of challenges, right? The reason why I'm mentioning all this here is I'm not trying to gain sympathy or anything like that, but the reason why I'm saying all these things is that life is not easy, neither for you, neither for your trainer, or for no one, right? There are ample amount of challenges. If you're not sharing those, doesn't mean life is smooth sailing for us, right? But the idea here is that accept those challenges, deal with them, and to just keep on moving forward. As I said, slowing down is okay, just so that you have that peace of mind to look after everything. However, completely putting something to a stop is something that I would suggest avoiding, right? So challenges are there, but let's fight with those challenges and move past those challenges and produce bigger gains for ourselves. Okay, so since I am in my weight gain journey again, I'm trying to gain again, I wanted to cover in this video 4 things that are a must-have, if that's a term I can use. They are the must-haves, and those are the things that I am doing right now to ensure that I can help myself by maintaining that consistency and by helping myself that that I do end up gaining some weight, though at a slow pace. That's fine, but at least I end up gaining, right? Plus, at the end of the video, I'm going to cover one thing that is a must know, especially for newbies or like for people who are restarting like myself and those kind of things, to stay away from that so that you can have a bit of a better mental health as well, right? So make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video to find out what exactly that is. Number one thing, of course, the whole idea of this channel plus this process is to gain weight by building muscle. Now, to gain muscle, you need to put tension on the muscle, right? And to be able to do that, you must have equipments. Now, for me, of course, I've joined a gym here as well. So, I'm making sure that I'm going there and I'm pushing myself. However, I'm still in that adaptation phase. The country has changed for me. I'm in India currently, so there's a lot of things that are happening, which is the reason why there are a lot of times when I'm not able to go to the gym, which is the reason why I've ended up purchasing a few pairs of dumbbells at home, so that if I know that I won't be able to go to the gym today, at least I manage a workout at home to maintain that consistency. Maybe that those dumbbells that I've purchased for home is not going to be challenging enough for some muscles, but that's okay. As long as I train, as long as I maintain that consistency, that is more important, right? So that there is not a gap of 10 days straight, because it is happening that for the whole entire week I haven't been able to go to the gym, right? So instead of completely ruining the process, I have made sure that I've purchased some dumbbells and I'm using those. Now, I do understand that a budget issue is there for a lot of you guys, which is the reason why I'm not asking you to buy 10 different pairs of dumbbells from day one, right? Buy maybe 1 or 2 different pairs, start there, and trust me, when you yourself start seeing changes in your body, start seeing results, you yourself will get so excited that you will look forward to maybe saving more money and then investing in yourself, right? It's a give and take, right? You need to invest into it to get the results back, right? So as long as you're doing that, you are good. And of course, there is no rush, there is no hurry. Take it slow, you know, depending on your budget, on how much you can invest time wise or money wise, and then you go from there. If you go to the tools section of my website, you should be able to find links for, you know, affordable dumbbells and protein and weighing scale and those kind of things there. Definitely check out the website because everything has been compiled together over there. Second must have is time. Now, if you have been following me for a while, of course, you know, you would know to gain weight, you must eat in a surplus. To eat in a surplus, you must have enough time or room throughout the day so that you can fit in those meals and snacks, right? Because just having 3 main meals is not going to help you complete your surplus calories. It's not going to happen because of course how huge of a meal you're going to consume, right? Now, to be able to accommodate all those meals and snacks, you should have ample amount of time in your day, right? If you're going to wake up at 9 and sleep at 9, of course you won't be able to kind of, you know, manage those meals and manage that surplus basically, right? So here the recommendation would be to start your day early. Of course I have a daughter, she goes to school, so I pretty much start my day early, and what that helps me do is that my breakfast is done by 7:30. I'm done with my first big meal by 7:30. Now, was I a person who could consume such a big meal at 7:30? No, I was not. But this is the habit change that has happened over time, right? So now my first big meal is done at 7:30, which means, and let's say my lunch, let's say if it's lined up at 1 o'clock, I have such a large gap to actually introduce a meal size snack in between, which will make super easy for me to consume my calories throughout the day without having to feel like that, oh my god, I'm already stuffy and I need to eat more and I'm feeling heavy and bloated and all those kind of things, right? So starting your day early is definitely going to be a good choice instead of like staying up late and then snacking or eating bigger meals late at night, because that can cause discomfort over time on your tummy, on your gut. However, you know, waking up early is definitely going to be huge. I recently posted a reel where I kind of, you know, gave a time breakdown for those people who work 9 to 5 or even work longer hours. I know a lot of my clients, they commute for a couple of hours each side, you know, to be able to get to work and come back from work. So considering these people, it's important that, you know, you break down your day in such a way, of course, create more hours for yourself by waking up early, as I said, and then break down your day in a way that you're able to fully concentrate on your work, but at the same time you're able to look after your health by introducing that 1 hour of workout or at least 45 minutes, and have time to do your meal preparations, have time to, you know, eat those meals, right? It's all about managing your time. It's not going to happen from day one. It will take you some time to find that right routine for yourself so that you don't end up burning yourself out. However, it's important that you do find that, right? So yeah, because it is a must have. Basically, time is a must have, otherwise you will not be able to complete your calories. So if you can create that, make sure you do that. Now the third point is protein, of course. Now hear me out, because it's not your regular protein stuff that I'm going to talk about in this point. By protein, I mean, of course, you know, when you are trying to gain weight by building muscle, protein intake definitely goes up. Carbohydrates is always going to be your major source of like major amount of calories that is coming in your body. However, protein demands are definitely on the higher side as well, right? Now for me, and my recommendation to everybody is to invest in a protein supplement. I've been taking for so many years, and I'm not even looking at stopping it anytime soon as well, because for me, protein supplement comes so handy when it comes down to completing my requirement every single day, right? Now put protein supplement aside. Even other than that, you know, because even for protein supplement, the usage is just to fill a small gap. Rest of the things you will be consuming from your protein food sources such as paneer or eggs or tofu, quinoa, if you eat non-veg and fish, chicken, those kind of things, right? So having those things is very, very important. And if you decide not to take a protein supplement, then the only difference that will create is that now you will have to take bigger quantities of these protein food sources to complete your requirement. Let me just give you an example. For example, to gain weight by building muscle, your protein should range anywhere between 1.5 to 2 grams of protein per kg body weight, right? Forget about 2 grams. Let's stick to the lower range, which is 1.5 grams. So if your, let's say, body weight is 45 kgs, then 1.5 times 45 will be close to 68 grams of protein, right? So though this number sounds easy and small, right? Okay, 67 grams of protein, that's easy to consume. However, when it comes down to consuming that, it definitely becomes a huge task, and especially if you're eating, you know, Indian style, then there is going to be a lot of carbs and fat there, but we miss out hugely on protein side of things, right? And let me give you an example. For example, 2 whole eggs will give you close to 12 grams of protein, about 100 grams of paneer. I'm talking about this Amul paneer. They're pretty much a similar kind of content. However, However, paneer 100 grams should give you close to 13 grams of protein. 25 grams of soya chunks will also give you close to 13 grams of protein. So even if you combine these things, 2 eggs, 100 grams of paneer and 25 grams of soya chunks, it's giving you close to 38-40 grams of protein, right? So see, 67 grams is your goal, and even by consuming the 3 main protein food sources, you've only reached 38 to 40 grams, right? We're still missing out on 30 grams of protein, right? So either you double up on these quantities so that you can reach your 60-70 grams of protein, or else you make a little bit of use a little bit of protein supplement, because protein supplement will give you 1 scoop for the one that I recommend should give you close to 20 grams of good quality complete protein, right? Which will make your life super easy for just taking a drink and getting 20 grams of protein, right? So, and then of course 10-15 grams can come from your nuts and all those kind of things that you're consuming, right? So this way it becomes super easy. So I'm just trying to give you a picture, whether with a protein supplement or without a protein supplement, you need to make sure that your protein intake is adequate. And also another important thing is, like, because of course we are all in a rush, and we eat whatever is cooked in the house for breakfast, or for lunch we are not worrying about measuring our foods and having the right ingredients on our lunch. So what happens is we miss out on protein on our breakfast plate, we miss out on protein on lunch plate, and then we are stuck with 67 grams, for example, in this situation, 67 grams on your dinner plate. How are you supposed to complete 67 grams of protein just on a dinner plate? It's not going to happen, and that's why you hugely miss out, and you feel like you're eating so much but you're still not gaining. Well, that's why you're not gaining, right? So it's very, very important that you distribute your protein content throughout the day. That's why it's important to have a structure with the food plan as well, so that you can ensure that every single plate, whether it's a meal or a snack, had some source of protein onto it. This is exactly where the customization comes in, and that is what I do when a client joins me, that I not just create a surplus calorie food plan for them, but I also make sure that there is a wise distribution of macronutrients throughout the day, so that it doesn't feel like a pressure that, oh my god, it's 7 o'clock in the evening and I'm still left with so much protein to consume and so on, right? Why? Because they have been consuming protein throughout the day, and having protein every 2 to 3 hours or 4 hours is also going to help your body to go through that muscle protein synthesis that it goes through, right? Because of course your body is recovering from that workout. It needs protein, consistent supply of protein throughout the day, so that it's never running low in protein to be able to go through that recovery and repair and building of new muscle fibers in your body and those kind of things, right? So there is a reason for everything. So this is what I would suggest: not just make sure that you're having adequate protein, but make sure that it is distributed throughout the day the right way. Also, if you do decide to invest in a protein supplement, then My Protein has been very generous, and they are offering an additional 500 rupees off when using my code NEETSU, but only when you buy it through my website, right? So go to www.neatfit.com, go to the tools section, click on the whey protein supplement or the plant protein supplement, and at checkout put in my code NEETU, NEETU, to secure not just the percentage off that they give, but an additional 500 rupees off on top of that to secure your product, right? So it's a great opportunity for you guys to do that. The fourth must-have that I wanted to share with you guys is something that I would call more like an experiment, which I'm of course trying on myself this time around, and of course if you want to try it, make sure that you listen to the point carefully and then you do it at your own risk basically. So what I've done is I have increased the fat calories a little bit on a higher side in my program, in my food plan this time around. 1 grams of fat gives you 9 calories, whereas 1 grams of protein or carbs give you just about 4 calories, right? So when you're trying to eat more calories, adding a bit more of fat content in your food plan can help you complete those calories easier, right? Because 1 grams will give you 1 grams of fat will give you 9 calories, right? So what I've done is I have increased my fat content a little bit. Now I have increased this not forever. This is something that I've increased, and I track my progress week by week to ensure that I am gaining the right way. Which is very, very important, because as soon as I see that I'm not gaining the right way, or if it's not helping me, I will go ahead and switch around with my macronutrients breakdown and those kind of things. As I said, it's an experiment. Every body is unique. The way it grows is different. So you need to if you're making or testing and trying these kind of things, the best way is do that and then track your progress, and accordingly you make changes or you continue with the same process, right? So that's what you'll be doing. So for me, fat wise, I always eat oatmeal. That's like my usual breakfast. So I've increased the quantity of peanut butter in there, increased the quantity of chia seeds there. Since I'm in India, the ghee content has spiked up a little bit as well. So that and avocados, right? So these kind of things I am kind of having a little bit more, just to see how my body responds to that and how I'm tracking progress wise. And then of course this is not going to be a forever thing. I might do this for a while, and then I might just switch with my macronutrient breakdown. Okay, now it's time for the one thing that I really beg you guys not to do, and this is something that I tell a lot of my clients who get really curious about checking out what the weight is just after 1 week of them joining the program and so on, right? The one thing that you should not and should never do is to jump on that weighing scale too early in the journey, because that can be so demotivating, right? Look, everybody has a unique journey. Some people, I have had so many clients who would just gain 2 kgs in just within a week's time, and then there are some who would gain 2 kgs in 4 weeks time, right? So don't torture yourself by jumping on that weighing scale after 5 days or 7 days of you starting the process, because there is a huge chance that no progress will happen. There is a huge chance that some progress might happen, and there is a huge chance that you might even have lost some weight, right? Because of course that adaptation phase, something new is happening to your body will respond differently. Every body will respond differently. So don't get too curious to jump on that scale, because you don't know what you will see there, and the last thing you want is to feel depressed here, right? And to lose faith in the process, right? It's very important to understand that in the initial phase, don't even expect any kind of results in the first 4 weeks time. To be honest, really don't expect any kind of results. If you do see results, fantastic, but if you don't, then don't worry about it. If you are still like wanting to kind of see, you always say about tracking your progress, so how would we know if we are not jumping on the weighing scale? Then go with this is what I would suggest. If you are somebody who's struggling with the appetite, if you're somebody who can be honest to themselves and be like, okay, I know I'm following a process, but I haven't been consistent, or my food intake is not so much, I'm still struggling with the workouts. If you've not been able to give in your 100%, then don't expect any kind of results, and don't even worry about jumping on that weighing scale, at least for a month's time. If you are somebody who is like, okay, I've been able to eat well, I'm eating better than before, I'm able to complete my workouts, I'm lifting better than before, and those kind of things, then yes, even for you guys, not weekly, maybe just once a fortnight, jump on that scale just to see, how you're progressing, right? So that is how you can kind of make that call for yourself. Also, another thing, like, let's say you started the process with 2 kgs, but now in week 3, you're already lifting 3 or 4 kgs, and that is a sign that yes, some sort of gain has happened, because that is the reason why you are able to lift heavier. Strength gain is coming from the muscle gain that you're making, right? So then maybe you can go on the weighing scale just to get an idea that how much you have gained, right? All right, you guys, that was it for this video. I hope you find this video helpful. If you have any more questions, of course, leave those in the comment section below so I can bring out more videos on those. Definitely check out my website, as it will make your life super easy to join my programs, and of course to find all the links for everything that you need in this process all in one place. All right, on that note, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.